Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. And because it's Christmas Eve as it was, all the children know what happened on Christmas Eve. They're all looking forward to the presents that Santa brings, And in the morning they will all be rushing under the Christmas tree to receive their presents. But Christmas is usually a time when we present presents to children. And the adults don't seem to receive any presents. It's not their time for receiving presents. But this year, from the firehouse, I am pleased to say we are starting a tradition from the firehouse of handing out presents to adults. You know what I mean? Because it's a time I feel that adults need presents. And what better time to give them this present, more than like we say, Santa is coming. So Santa has arrived in the firehouse from the 9th level to give out some presents to human beings. Now the other night I was out and in reasoning, the conversation again come up about the male and female, and someone was suggesting that the female is the greater because the female produced the male, or the other females for that matter. And which fool in their right mind is going to deny the fact, right, that they spend 9 months in their mommy's womb? And one is eternally grateful to their mother for one spending 9 months in their mother's womb. But you could not have reached in your mother's womb without the seed of your father, could you? Understand what I mean? So, for us now to decide or to be arguing whether it is our mother who is greater or whether it is our father is completely nonsensical, I say. So the present from firehouse to the adults, male and female, is for you to realize and understand the fullness of what is going on. You know what I mean? Between what we call male and female. Because surely you can see, I say, it is obvious that without male and female, right, you cannot create the one. You understand what I mean? Which is the child. So unless, like if the female stay there with her egg, and the male should stay one side with their egg, because you are part of a whole in it. You are supposed to come together, and this coming together, just like how positive and negative produce a light, you produce the child. You see what I mean? But beyond this positive and negative is the one that created positive and negative. So this is not about arguing between male and female who is greater. You know what I mean? There is no greater or no lesser between male or female. There is equality, balance. And this present is so hard. You give people these presents all the time, and instead of accepting them, they argue the present out and say they don't want it because it's no good. Because they don't understand that this principle of male and female is running through both what we call male and female. So you're not a singularity, whether you want to call yourself a man or a woman. You are a combination of, if you don't want to call it male and female, call it positive and negative then, innit? And you are supposed to find a balance between these forces that run within thee. You understand? Whether you are a male or you want to call yourself female. To be constantly going on about whether it's the female and whether it's the the goddess or the shears and all this kind of thing. It's to completely miss the point. You understand? It's better you just settle yourself like the lion tell you and realize to yourself that conscience is not a man or a woman. You might be. But then again, you are not conscious, are you? And this teaching is about Firehouse give out the teachings of conscience, not the teachings of male and female. If you know what I mean. Because male and female always get themselves into unnecessary dispute. You understand? And from Firehouse as well, you know, I want to make it absolutely clear from Firehouse that from Firehouse the 9th grade general do not teach the teachings of other human beings. You understand? Here, like I was explaining the other night when I was out, we are farmers. I and I is a farmer. You know, like how you have men who go out and till the earth and sow the seed that God gives to them. And then when they sow these seed, what they produce. And usually, trust me, if you sow a seed of corn, when it grows, you don't get one, you get a lot of corns. You understand? So where lyrics is concerned, I am a farmer of lyrics. I farm my own lyrics, you know what I mean? Grow them myself. So that means I am not in the habit of using other people's lyrics. Whoever the being was, that is, if you know what I mean. Because in the 9th house, I don't know, you know, maybe those who enter the 3rd house or the 4th house, I don't know what house they are in. You know, you have beings at different level in the houses. Maybe when you are in some of these houses, you have to rely on what other people say. You know what I mean? But the 9th grade general now is revealing a way that you don't have to rely on even what the 9th grade general say. Don't rely on what I say. Rely on what your conscience say. So in other words then, you are supposed to listen to what you would term your own self then, yeah? Or your own conscience is telling you. As a 9th grade general, I am telling you that what you would call the conscience, yeah, is actually the terrible and dreadful overlord, my master himself. You understand? So, I who know that one personally, you say, as a bridge, like how you would know a friend, knows that when I am teaching and when I am talking, all I have to do is just rely on what that one has taught me, if you know what I mean. And that is enough, like I say, yeah, to kill any being who move anywhere in the universe. If you move against the truth, I will kill you. When I say I will kill you, I'll kill you with what is right and correct. Not what is presumed. And then, you know, like I say, I think the reason why people don't like the present that the 9th grade Santa Claus bring is that, like I say, truth. When some beings hear it, those who are seeking it, are pursuing it, when they hear it, they soak it up like, I say, like how sponge would soak up water. But then you have those now who are not seeking it. And when they hear it now, it's very, very painful to them. If you know what I mean. Truth can be a very brutal reality to face, if you know what I mean. And not many beings have the stomach to face the truth. Because like I say, they would rather behave cowardly. You know what I mean? But if you are not a coward and you are a brave soul, and you say, even if you arrive at the 7th level, or if you are very dangerous and you should manage to penetrate the depths to the 9th level, when you reach there now, you are going to realize that everything is one, irrespective of what anyone has ever teach. You don't need to listen to what anybody teaching it. You will know this for yourself, that this earth is one earth. It's not separated up into the different countries that you've been taught. Yeah? It is one earth. Now, On the earth, like I tell you before, you'll find many human beings crawling about, I say. That's what they do, crawling up and down. Some of them look black, some look white, they say, and some are Chinese, and some are Indians, and some are mix up of these, lot in between, and they all segregate up themselves as well into their different nationalities and different races and all this kind of idiocy. But I'm telling you, when you reach the 9th level now, you realize that all these different beings are one. But they don't realize this, and the reason why they don't realize this is because of their ignorant behavior. You can't fit if you don't train. You know, you can't be a fit person sitting on your ass. You have to go and ride bicycle or swim or do the general things. That will get the body fit and have the body working more efficiently, if you know what I mean. Yeah? Well, the same process goes with the mind. It ain't going to work efficiently. It will work, don't get me wrong, just like how the body works. But it's not going to work efficiently unless you train it to do so. And how can you be training your mind to work efficiently within the universe if you are behaving in negative ways? You don't like this man because he's white, and the next man don't like this man because he's undesirable, and he's a Jew, and he's this. All those things are, well, I can tell you, in the 9th level, you don't see none of those idiocy. That's what has been told to you by fools. Fools who have not, like I'm saying, or who are not willing to live honestly and truthfully. And that's the only way you're going to discover the laws of the universe. And discover who is within thyself. Like I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So that's why the 9th grade general, like I say, the 9th grade general never teaches that he knows anything actually. That he's the teacher of anyone. Because like I've repeated over and over, I am not the teacher of anyone. Not your teacher. I know the teacher of everyone though. For definite. For about, I would say, about 300 billion, 1,000 trillion % certain that I know the teacher of all human beings. I know the teacher of your master. How about that? Yes, man. I know the teacher of angels and archangels, you know. Yes, I know the teacher of any being that moveth about within the universe. You don't think that is possible? Oh yes, everything is possible if you are striving to live honestly within thyself. And if you love what is right and correct more than anything in the entire universe, anything is possible. You see what I mean? You never know, like I tell you, might discover the secret dweller within thyself. Not might, you will. Because there's no way now you're going to train the body and it don't get fit. It's not possible. So if you self-discipline, the truth must grow in you. It's just automatic. Don't worry about it. Just you go, like I'm telling you, the present that I'm giving you. Yeah? Because like I say, I am not the teacher. I just know where the teacher is. But I also know what you have to do to find the teacher, if you know what I mean. But I am not the teacher. But I'll tell you what you have to do, and you will find him. And then when you find him now, lo and behold, you know everything. You be a teacher yourself then, if that's what you call it. You know what I mean? And it's not very difficult either. It is the easiest thing in the world. That's what I'm saying. Imagine Santa come to you, Christmas here now, Because what I'm giving you, I would swear before God and angel and whole of creation and existence that you could never get a better Christmas present. No, man. You can't go anywhere in the universe and get a better Christmas present than what I'm giving you now. And if you should go and put it into practice, and then when you realize the present that you're going to receive from that man, trust me. Anyway, like I'm telling you, nothing is greater, you know. But just to deliver this present now to the people, no, it's like war, you know. Because just to like I'm saying, if you go out then and you're reasoning, the whole reasoning is to show people about this great love that is dwelling within themselves. But now this will bring what I call it, the reasoning will turn into argument over others who want to deny and say, no man, nothing is in us, man. Nothing don't go like that, man. Why are you trying to tell us that there is goodness within us? You know, how did you know? What do you know? You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. And many in the past, I say, would have been killed simply for the fact of trying to lead ignorant people out of ignorance. You see what I mean? Because when you know the truth, out of love for your fellow human being, you have to go back in the battle and try and release them from out of the ignorance that is stopping them seeing the glory of the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within themselves. You see what I mean? But because they are suffering from so much ignorance, they will dust you out, I say. Give them the chance. You know what I mean? Especially like I say, if you say anything against their superstar. Because they usually, ignorant people like to hold on to superstar. And it doesn't matter how many times you're telling them that the superstar is within themselves. They will still let other ignorant beings convince them that no, you must worship your brother then, you know. Because say your brother called Jesus and Muhammad and Selassie and the Buddha and some other beings that they give you to worship. But what the Fire Lion is saying, all those are idiotic business. You are not supposed to be. I'm not saying you must not respect, you know, your brother. If you can see and hear that what your brother is doing is right and correct, then by all means respect the brother. But now to come into some area where you're revering the brother and claiming that the brother is a saint, no, you don't grant sainthood unto anyone. Leave that to Jah. Yeah, don't be worshipping your fellow human beings just because one of them or two of them. Let's just say as an example then that yes, you have beings who come on the earth and speak the word of God. So yeah, they speak the word of God. No, they are not God, are they? They're speaking the word of God. One is not supposed now to start paying special reverence to them. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure they wasn't telling you that you should pay special reverence to them. They must have brought a word telling you that you should live this way. Because this way is good. But you have not lived that way. Rather than living the way that they are telling you, you now start to worship them, make them into superstar. Stars that they never created this superstar business themselves. And I'm sure if there was any general around, neither did they create any religion. If you know what I mean. No. I reckon never. That's why I say, well, the 9th grade general would never ever think of walking with visible disciples. Anyway. Yeah, by all means, walk with disciples. I walk with disciples. You know what I mean? Men like willpower, like I'm telling you. You know? Backed up by determination, you know? Fearless, you know? Seriousness, you know, love of truth, honesty. Those disciples are necessary. Common sense. You know what I mean? You don't go in. I don't move anywhere. I make decision without those kind of soldiers. And I have funny as well, cause you know things can get too serious sometimes. You know. And then funny, don't let things get too serious. But always serious though at the same time. Because funny is serious in his funniness. You know what I mean? But it just cream, you know. But I wouldn't think of like they're saying, having any disciples gathering around so one of them could betray you. That sounds like a fairy story to me. You know? I don't think if Jesus was Jesus, he wouldn't have anybody calling him Lord and Master. That's just a super ego. Of course he would have been educating the beings, unless Jesus never reached the 9th level then. Alright then, let's say the Jesus that you are telling me about, yeah? I reckon he just reached the 7th level. And sometimes when you are at the 7th level, you might confuse yourself thinking that you are the light, you know what I mean? So maybe he reached the 7th level then and gathered these disciples around him, yeah? And then these disciples started to believe that he was God. You know what I mean? But when you reach the 9th grade, there is no the 9th grade general don't have disciple, like I say, not visible. Oh yeah, he have disciple, I have disciple, but I don't have any visible disciple, if you dig what I mean. You know what I mean? Because they could betray you. You know, like how they say they betray Jesus. You know what I mean? No, but you cannot. There is no betraying the 9th grade general. Like I'm telling you. Because the 9th grade general do not have followers. He's no disciple. He's no teacher. Hear that? No man, the 9th grade general is not a teacher. The job of the 9th grade general is to reveal who the teacher is. You can't have two teachers. You can't have a man and say, oh, 9th grade general, I am the teacher. When he is not, he'll be telling a lie, innit? He just happen to know who the supreme Dandada is. The real teacher. But he's not the you know what I mean? Well, that's how we deal with business in the Congo, you know, deep down there in the bush. Like I'm telling you, because it's a bushman, this bush doctor style, you know. Because I never advanced up into Egypt where the rest of brothers was advancing the civilization, like, you know what I mean? I tended to like the bush, me, you know. Yeah, so these teaching, like I say, I bring these presents from out of the bush. Trust me. Yeah, and these are serious teaching, like I'm telling you. Cause I'm telling you, the 9th grade general, no, whether the beings want to accept it, you know. And when I'm saying beings, I mean living and dead anywhere in the universe. But he just happened to be the baddest general. If you know what I mean. Okay, we work for the one in it, you know what I mean, the one. Yeah, he have generals like how you have here people in the army and, you know, carrying out the business for their governments, whoever they're working for their bosses and doing whatever, you know what I mean. It is the same way that the one have workers, souls who commit themselves for working for the one. You know what I mean? So I am the 9th grade general then, you know what I mean? Working on behalf of the one. Trust me, man. I'm a dangerous killer, man. Very, very dangerous. There is anything I tell a soul is I reckon it's about 40 billion trillion % certain and factual. That every word that come out of the 9th grade general mouth is true. If you know what I mean. Because we don't sit around when we're dealing with truth and rights. You know, to go and what I would say, talk what we do not know. What we do not fully grasp and fully understand. No. When the night, you have to understand it like this then. I tell it you into this way then. Look at it in numbers, eh? And then you leave from the mighty one. He was the one that started it all. Eh? For him there was 0. Yeah? And then you go right through the numbers now, and then you arrive at number 9, the highest positive number outside of the 1. That's where the general is. Now when you reach that house, eh, observe what happened. See? Can't go any further, the 1 return. So I am the general of the 1. That is returning, that is. I am not the one though, you know. Did I tell you that I was the one? I am just teaching the ways of this one. If you know what I mean. Because I know that one, innit? Because you have to, if he's a 9th grade general, that's how you come to fully see who the one is. Like I'm saying. Maybe the 7th grade generals, like I say. Maybe the general of God same way, you know, but they never quite reach up to Firehouse, if you know what I mean. So maybe that's why Beans farm up religion around them. Because there was a very bright light, you know. So the rest of Beans thought, oh yeah, they're a very bright light. And they come in like when moth see the light at night time. So they flock around the light. You know what I mean, that light. And now try to say that this light was the one. Oh no, but the one don't reside in one, the one reside in everyone. But is one, if you know what I mean. So no one is the one. And I don't know how crazy people can be anyway. This is if people was insulting the one, I say this would be the greatest insult. For anyone to believe that Jesus is the one. The one does not manifest, you see, at all, ever. No boy that I say, this is why the 9th grade general, this is what the truth now, when I say the truth will hurt you. You know, unless you love it. Because if I explain to you and tell you that, listen, no man that come out a woman, but I don't like to call them man, I say boy. You wasn't a man when you come out of your mother, was you? No baby, right, that come out of woman can be God. None at all. Whether the baby was a male baby or a female baby. You understand what I mean? So which ridiculous and idiotic mind is saying that Jesus is God or whatever? You can't be the one, fool. How can any one man be the one? That is just the teachings of idiots. And look, like I say, look how many idiots you gather in your churches and temples. And how many books you have writing about this idiotic story. Nothing to do with the truth, that. That is just ignorancy. So I would accept, if I was you, like I say, when we bring these presents to you at Christmas, like Father Christmas, you unwrap them and see how glorious they are. You know? But like I'm saying, to give presents to adults is a very difficult thing. Because they would still, like I say, rather hold on to idiocy and go on about the Buddha and Jesus and some other great names. Who care? Abraham and some... even if the name wasn't an earth name, let's say Gabriel, some being from the sky. Yeah, but you can look up in the sky and name any other being. But that will still be ignoring the one that is within thyself, who is the supreme than the other. So the 9th grade general is not interested, like I say, to teach anything or to give any present that is not factual and correct. Knowing in his heart, of hearts, that no being anywhere in the universe can defeat the word. This is not a guest business, because I know the one, 9th grade general, bad soul, I'm telling you, you know, comparing the one. So we know that we kill any soul within the universe who is working against the will of I and I, master. And your master as well, you know. A master of the dead, living and dead. That's how I run it for a lot of trillion and billion % certain. I like to say, 9th grade general like to deal with certainty. You see what I mean? That means I will destroy all bookworms, I call them. The minute you come in front of a 9th grade general and you are relying on books, you're just a repeater. You know what repeaters are? Those who just talk about what John Brown says and what them claim some great philosopher says and whatever, yeah? Those are repeaters. 9th grade general do not repeat. Like I'm telling you, I grow fresh lyrics. I am a farmer. You see me? Grow my own words. So even with my limited vocabulary, because I am not educated like these who go to the big brainwashing institution, speaking some big words that they call eloquent. Don't worry about that. The words that I farm, I say, kill any boy, living or dead with that. I see what I mean? Because that is the truth. The truth, like I'm telling you, which is beyond male and female. This ain't got nothing to do with you arguing about if God is a goddess and you want to be goddess and the man want what the man want to be. I don't know why anyway. This is totally ridiculous. Because some people want to be gods as well. Why you want to be something that you cannot be? Why you want to be you must think that so you're going to be a couple billion of us gods flying around. There is only one God, yeah? You are a human being. Why wouldn't you not love to be a human being? Why do you want to exchange your humanity now to be some God? What you want? Run about, it's like you on earth here, you love to rule. Run around the universe, ruling it like some you say some God power in it. That is another present that I need to give to the souls of being, that you are not God and you cannot be God. But God is God. God is God and you are you. You must think that the earth must be here wishing that it was the moon, innit? And the moon saying, boy, I wish I was the earth. And the moon saying, oh, I wish I was the sun. Imagine if the body could talk. I suppose the foot would be saying, boy, I wish I was the head, innit? And the hand saying, oh no, it should be me, and you know. And all that now would confuse the issue, and the body would not work as a unit, as one, like it should. You see what I mean? But when now, because you have mouth to talk and mind to think, you're busy arguing. And because you're arguing now, you don't get the oneness working. You know? Yeah, who is the greater? Is it this? Is it? You know what I mean? Failing to see the truth of the matter, because you're arguing amongst yourself too much, like I'm trying to tell you. You know? Like I'm telling you, you know, the one is neither male nor female, but the one dwell within both male and female. You see? Beyond. But this male and female we can find this oneness as well. Because this oneness is within us. You see what I mean? Well, how are we going to find if we're arguing who is better? Like idiots. Is that how grown-ups behave? That like I say, you know, grown-ups are the most idiotic, you know. When you're children, maybe you can get on a bit better. But these grown-up now, they don't know how to behave at all. They know how to be greedy and how to be selfish, how to hate one another. That comes easy to them. How to lust. Yeah. How to be spiteful and vindictive. Oh, that comes easy to them. But how to search out what is right and correct and look for understanding and look for unity and love, that comes very difficult to them. They don't seem to be able to grasp that one. And when any being at all cannot grasp such matters, it's only because of the way that you're behaving. Your mind is unfit. Such a simple lesson, but I always like to give it anyway. Clean water will not settle into a dirty glass. The present that God is trying to give to humanity, it will not settle into their minds. Why? Your mind is full up of wickedness. And the chief reason, maybe it's not even our fault for the negative things that we do in life, you know. Because this goes back to childhood brainwashing. When we was born into a world where the adults was already behaving negatively, The world was run by negativity when we was born. So we naturally inherit this negativity and think that it is a natural state for one to be in. But what I'm saying to you from Firehouse, it is not natural, it is unnatural. It is the very state that is keeping you blind. The very state that is stopping your inner eyes from open. It's the way that is only the way how you behave. Because you are acting against the will of the terrible and dreadful one. Ain't no way of finding your way, right? If you think, as an example, that you think it's only you alone that exists in the universe, and it's only your mind that can find what is right. You know, like how scientists go on. You won't find your way that way because you're not in it. The one is the supreme. The one is the intelligence within the universe, not you. You can't dig it. But because this one is residing, like I say, not in the visible, but in the invisible, and you are failing to grasp the flex of life, that it is both visible and invisible, you only pay attention to the visible. And when you're doing that, of course you're going to get lost and confused. You ain't going to know anything about the invisible movements of life. You won't even realize that you are invisible yourself. Because if you did, you wouldn't spend so much time making up your body and not doing it, whatever it is. Because you only care about what you see. Pay no attention to what you cannot see. And that is why humanity has failed to grasp who the one is. Because they have not looked into themselves, if you know what I mean. They're too busy looking out. And you'll always be looking out until you're self-disciplined. You see what I mean? Until you stop chasing what you see out there with the wrong intention. If you don't do that, you'll be blind. All those who are doing that are blind. Like me then, who just don't cut Marius. Like me then, who just knock over the glass of water. Don't worry, man, it's only water on the Christmas Eve, man. We're not going to cut water running. We can still knock. And did you hear that? The glass fell but never break. See? So, all those who refuse to self-discipline then will remain blind to the understanding of what life is about, who the true self is. You know what I mean? Because they will forever, you know. You can't fail but feel the prompting of the self, which is what we would call conscience. So it's not that we don't know conscience, because there is no being without a conscience. You don't understand? There is no no being who's living who don't know what is right and correct, Rasta. No matter who you are, what color you look like, what country you want claim you come from, you know, every being know what is right. But that does not mean that we are applying what we know. You see what I mean? And if you don't apply what you know to be correct, you are going to be blind. So check yourself honestly now. Yeah? And see if you are applying the truth that you know in life. I check your next door neighbor. Check your friends. How many of your friends are honest? How many of you are honest? Say you're living with a woman or a woman living with a man. Are you doing it honestly? You know what I mean? Whatever activity you are taking part in, are you taking part in these activities honestly? You know what I mean? Or are you just doing it dishonestly? Whatever it is you're doing. Let me a piece of tissue. I'm wipe up this, man. Yeah? So this is what you have to do. You have to bring honesty within thyself. Because only those who are honest, yeah, only those who are honest, you know, are going to see the truth. Dishonest people cannot see the truth, you know. Oh man, so I wipe up a bit of water down here, still spill, you know. Keep everything moving. Christmas Eve, Santa. That's why we have this going on. Yeah, what I'm saying is no. Dishonest beings cannot see the truth, you know. Wherever you are, whoever you are. And if one is not grasping the truth, it's only one reason. And it's only because of the way that you're behaving. Nothing else can stop you from seeing the truth apart from negative behavior. You know what I mean? Are listening to negative conversation then. It's the only thing that can stop you from seeing the truth. So if all these different religious bodies that has been gathered on the planet to teach people what they claim to be the truth, revealed by either Muhammad, Selassie, the Buddha, whatever, if this truth has been revealed to them and yet they still cannot see oneness, what truth are they talking about? Because, like I say, in the visible world, if I gather you together, Christian, Muslim, and all, you don't love each other, do you? Because you don't go to each other's temples and mosques and exchange greeting, even though you're claiming that you are following this one God. So how come there is not a unity and this oneness is not reflected in your behavior? No, it's not going to be reflecting in your behavior because you are not following no God. You are the pretenders in God. And you can tell pretenders in God, they always have to rely on the Quran, the Bible, whatever book. Because the book, like I tell you, who is greater? Is it the book that man made with his hand, or the conscience that is dwelling within man and woman? Which one of them is greater? So if it's the conscience then, which I know that it is greater than the book that man go and make out of tree and paper. Is greater. No matter what race you want to have in there. Conscience is greater than that. Why are you relying on what a book say? When anything that a book say have to come from out of the mouth of either a man or a woman. It can't come from anywhere else. And you let them convince you that it is God saying it is God law. You know what I mean? But it was only written down there by other men. Usually I like to say men. I don't think women had nothing to do with it. Men who decided to farm up, right? To capture spirituality and put it in a cage so that they can confine the minds of their brothers, so that they can exploit them. You don't think religion, you don't think men farm up religion to enlighten the fellow man. Because if they did, all of the preachers of these religions would be teaching about the one that is within and telling us how we can exercise our behavior so that we can make connection with this one. Link with this one like how we link with a computer. Log on. But these hypocrites are not teaching that because they don't know that way. The outward form of religion is to make money and to preach what they do not know. That's why they are repeaters. If they was honest men, they would have been growing their own lyrics, but they can't. You know what I mean? So I'm giving you presents like this on Christmas Eve, so you can unmask goons. You know, you say you're waiting for aliens to save you, right? Save you from who? Your fellow man. Why don't you unmask him yourself? You are the one giving him the power to rule over you. And yet you are waiting for angel to come and save you. You know what I mean? Or Jesus coming back on wing. Why should Jesus or anyone come on the wings to save you when you've got the intelligence within yourself to save yourself? Because once you wake up, you're not going to follow what idiots are telling you, are you? If you know what I mean. You will arrive at your own intelligence. Stop underestimating your own self. This is what you don't know. Just imagine then, alright. You don't know about God then, but just imagine that there was a God. I know there is one, but you can just imagine. But just imagine that there was a God. Do you think then if this God put us here then, that he would put us here without any intelligence? Of course he's not going to put you here without any goddamn intelligence. He's going to put you here with all the intelligence that you need. He must do, and if he never did that, he would be a goddamn fool, wouldn't he? And God is not a fool, trust me, I know that. I'm not fool, man. Just smartest ever, man. Yeah? So you must realize, right, that you've got all the intelligence. These devils has been hiding it from you. Through education and religion and gold and silver and diamond and those things. They don't want you to know who you are. You see what I mean? That you are a spark of the original. You see what I mean? You know? Highest intelligence. No being is smarter than thy own self. But you let them convince you otherwise. You see what I mean? And you let them convince you to go and follow some other God. And they say, make Jesus and create some little devil called Jesus and tell you that Jesus is same Father up in heaven. And that's not what it must mean, the heaven within thy own being. That's where the kingdom is. Within thy own self. Nothing is outside of thyself. Anyone who is looking for anything or anyone outside of themselves is a lunatic. Only lunatics search outside of the self. Those who are wise, who has ever been wise, if there is such thing as wise, because I don't like to use the term wise, because I know that it is only, because I know the one, I attribute everything to the one, wisdom, everything. I don't bother consider any little man, I like myself saying anything, I just dismiss even myself out of the equation about wiseness and all that. Because how can I be wise when it is the one who is wisdom? Yeah, if you want to say the one that teach me is wise, I say, yeah man, wisest of the wise, kill anyone of you little superstar. That's why I don't pay no attention to superstar. I have no time, like I say, for babies who come out of their mother like myself. Apart from giving them the respect, if they live right and speak right, but I still wouldn't have to go around repeating what they say every day. I would have got a mouth of my own and a mind of my own. So I'll just use mine like how they was using theirs. And I don't, like I say, I don't revere beings, whether the being is living or dead. You understand? Because in firehouse, all those beings, like me tell you, that you are talking about, if they come back in the fire now, it is I and I who will be spitting the truth to them. Because I spit the truth to anyone, all to God, Archangel. Yeah, when I meet them, I'll be telling them some truth that they never knew. You know what I mean? Yeah, because that's how we are in firehouse. Firehouse is like I tell you before, God, bad dog. Rough to the fullest. Roughness is one of our disciples. We don't ramp, you see what I mean? Any being at all in creation, even the one them that are light beings, even them when them see the fire, them see a fire where them say, Bumbleclad, the real fire. Even them have to come take some of the teachings of the fire in case they miss it the first time round, if you know what I mean. So we don't have any fear of any little beings anywhere at all. You understand what I mean? You can't have any fear of any being whatsoever. Even there was a trillion billion of them. So what? The truth killed them all. You know, if you look at it like, say, it was a war fighting. I alone could defeat the whole universe if they stand against the will of the one. No problem with that. You see what I mean? Because we are Santa Claus, in it. That's why we come about at Christmas time giving away present, you know, and joy and all those kind of things. But what I'm saying, no one is going to comprehend or be able to unwrap the presents from a firehouse unless their intention is pure and clean, or they striving. I never say you must perfect, you know. No one is perfect, only the one is perfect. But you can be trying to be a better human being. And this trying or striving to be better within oneself is exactly what open one's eyes. You know what I mean? To a certain honesty. Then if you want to know what I mean. And when you have this kind of honesty in you, say, you stop trying to nosy into God's business. You know what I mean? You don't know who come first or where man come from. Just leave. It's not your business. Life is already running. Just live. Know what you are supposed. You are here supposed to know knowing yourself, but you're not trying to do that. You are trying to I don't know what some beings are trying to figure out. You know what I mean? But there is nothing to figure out. You must stop trying to figure things out. What you must do, if you want to understand what's going on, is to live honestly. Failure to do this, you ain't ever. You see your little pettiness that you're going on with, like robbing here, hating this one around here, being jealous, being racist. Well, all you're doing, right, is blinding your own self. And if you are being racist, all you're doing is being racist against your own self. You don't dig it. If the mind cannot see oneness, you are in confusion. This is called oneness in diversity. That's how I like to play it. You understand what I mean? So like I'm telling you before, if you let them convince you that you are black and white or yellow and green and blue, then you are going to be part of the confusion. Then your mind will be confused. Yeah, I don't say confused. You get the mind of a coward. Because cowardly mind cannot think straight. It is afraid. Afraid of what? I don't know. Maybe it's afraid of the neighbors, or the friends, or the sect, or the race that they convince him that he's from. I don't know. I don't know what stop people seeing what is right and correct. The only thing I know, that I man is a rebel soul. That means because I'm a rebel soul, I'm not interested in what I am. A soul already. God give me a soul in it. No soul in the universe is going to bind me and tell me what to think, how to think, when to think. No soul is. I will do that myself. And if through doing this I end up in what you claim to be hell, I don't mind. At least it was I who bring myself to this hell, innit? But I am going to operate my own faculties myself. That's why I decided as a bad boy. I fear no one. You see what I mean? No boy. I say who come out of them mother that I should bow down to and look up to and call my king or my majesty. And I don't deal with no majesty. Only majesty I can see is the majesty that is within my own self. Oh yeah, I will die for that one. I would prostrate myself, lament myself. I will be speaking about that one until the last breath leave out of my body. But as to be doing that to a fellow man will come out of my mother, you must be mad. No way. I will pay no reverence to any boy who come out of their mother. Not me ever. But to the one that dwell within. Yeah, man, a boy have to kill me first before he hear me stop talking about that one. Because I know that one is real. You see what I mean? And that one exists for real. And that this one exactly like I'm telling you, have his video man within you. The super spy. To video your little dirty actions. And if you had any sense like which you have sense. Well, I love it, innit? But I would wake it up if I was you. Don't live a dumb life, you know. Don't be enjoying living a life of wicked pleasure, enjoying that. Cause you'll have to pay for that when you transport to the next side. You ain't going to stop in. Don't bother think that because the other day, even I run underground. I was at my underground bunker about 6 miles down. Because I was sure this was it. So on Friday I transport myself to my underground bunker. I only arrived back today. When I thought life was still going on. But don't think because it never happened then you know what I mean. That death is not going to get you. Because death is going to get you no matter what. Because it is death who run this dimension. And whenever death comes for you, which I don't know. It depends on some of you might be older listening this now, whatever age you are, but it doesn't matter anyway. Because that is not a man who even count an age. Sometimes he come for you young, you know. You might even hear I die tomorrow. If you know what I mean. But what I'm saying is, when he comes for you, you better make sure. Or you should be striving to make sure that the qualities that is possessing in your memory is good. And no one is going to possess the perfect memory, because we all start off doing negative things. But that is irrelevant, because it will also show that we make effort to change the negative things that contaminate us and make us unhealthy and unfit. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, if you like how doctors examine the body, like I say, and find it full of all kind of disease. When ninth grade general examine the psyche of the human, find them absolutely sick, full of disease, cancerous to the soul, if you know what I mean. Some real dark soul, really ill, I'm saying. And the thing is, in physical, you never find that the majority of the population is sick physically. It was a tiny amount of them sick, a percentage. But in the mental field now, most of them are sick, suffering from mental disease. Disease of greed, hate, lust, spite, jealousy, racism, I don't know, war, I don't know what. Very, very, the mind is, the psyche is, what I'm saying, it's riddled. If you know what I mean, if you could see. Let's say from top to toe, it's riddled, disease infected the souls of these now. And yet, because these same souls, like I tell you, can garb themselves up in fine linen and them stone that they get out of the earth, gold and what's the diamond and them something they put on themselves, have it hide somewhere claiming that they're rich. A lot of people are striving to get to the position. I even see him here in the local town now. Business is going down, lots of shops is closing. But in a small town, you have about 6 bookmakers, plus some other gambling arcade. You know, because they know that everyone is striving to get out of the poverty that they put them in. So everyone is trying to win their way out of it. And who own all this established the rich man, taking away the last desperate little money that the poor man have, and him so poor, you know what I mean? That is why I'm telling you that it is only idiots that could have set up a money system to deprive others of what is rightfully theirs. You know? Because no one bought anything on this planet. You only come here and put your labor in, and if you're going to eat, you should put labor in. But yet you have others who is selling it, others who own the land. How did they get to own it? Who give your great-grandfather, if you say whoever you claim you get it from, who give it them so you could inherit land? More than you stole it. They stole what was not theirs. Stole what is for everyone else. And like I'm telling you now, it is so easy. You should unwrap these fools. Most of them are in suit and ties. The ruling elite over you, who have robbed you and deprived you of your rights and caused more. But because you are so wicked yourself, you might not be in the suit and tie, but your evil behavior stop your spiritual development so that you could see the vampires. Because you ain't going to see vampires or recognize them unless your eyes is open. You see what I mean? And your eyes ain't going to be open unless you're self-disciplined. So all these things combined go together in one, you know. If you don't behave right, you can't know God. Because those who are behaving wickedly do not know God. They can't know God. They cannot speak the word of God. How are they going to do it if you don't know God? You'll have to pretend that you know God and dress up. And then go and read from book. Claim that you have Bible or Quran or whatever book you have from long time. Yeah, you can do that. But you don't know the living and real God that is dwelling in yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to read about this God. You just make a connection and speak directly from the God that is within thy own self. And any human being can do this. Like I'm saying, there are how many billion people on the planet? 7.5. The whole 7.5 billion can talk to God at once. That's how super duper God is. That he can listen to 7 billion people at once. And maybe there might be another trillion or some more billion throughout the universe talking to God at the same time as well. Listen to all of them, you know. Jah is a magician. No man couldn't do that. But God can. You see what I mean? Original. Don't worry about how this intelligence works. Because if you should worry, right, or try to figure it out, it's like I say, just blow your mind or baffle you, because you can't do it, innit? So it's best to be honest and just say, I can't do it, I don't know how God works. Then you can stop worrying about how God works. You see what I mean? The thing is, don't worry about God, how God works. All you need to know is that God works. You know, it's like say a man come in the room, like I said, the light is already working. He doesn't really have to worry how it works or why it works. Really. Because the light give him the opportunity to see. So he doesn't really have to worry about how exactly it works. That's not his business. All he needs to know, it works. So I don't really have to worry about how God works. All I know is that God works. How God managed to be in every human being at once and can talk to them at once and has placed memory to record their deeds, so when they leave this earth he can know exactly what they do. I don't know, but I know that's exactly how it goes. So all I can say then, well, it looks like this God must be a magician. Yeah, super duper magician. Because you know, magic is magical. It can do all kind of things if you're a magician, innit? I've seen magicians making things disappear and appear again, and they are not God. God is a magician. So if they can give you the illusion, how much more you think God can do? If you know what I mean. So yes, God is a magician. And every so often he sends Santa Claus out to give away a present. You know what I mean? Yeah, so the fire general now is a Santa Claus character, you know. But I give away, trust me, my presents are the best. They are the best because I am drawing them from the one to give to man. And any man who get them and receive them. Trust me, man. Yeah. When we meet on the other side, you say, brethren, greatest thing, man. You cannot have anything else in what you cannot achieve. Nothing, you can achieve nothing more enough. Higher than the realization that the terrible and dreadful God is within thyself, you know. Here. There's nothing more glorious. It's more glorious than heaven. I don't know what heaven is. I hear people talk about heaven, you know. That when them leave here. Well, I don't know what it is. But I'm saying that knowing what is right and correct is more glorious than heaven, you know. Yeah, man, you know, that is heaven to thy soul. It's not only that. If we as humans had realized this or come to realize it, there's no evil on earth in it. Finishing it. Righteous and decent human beings don't want to make bombs and go on. It's mad that those are for I say when you're dead. Because when you're not enlightened, you're dead, innit? Vampire, those who live in night time, they can't face the light. So when you're living in night time within thy own mind, there's a mad mentality, man. You just think of how to kill and how to make money, you know what I mean? How to deceive and cheat others, how to tell lie and those wickedness. You see? But when you are trying to live honest, you know, God will open your eyes. Like I say, you know, if you're not, because some people don't like the word God in it. Why like me? You just use whatever word you want, but the one that dwell within. Terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, the High General. You know what I mean? That is the one that I'm talking about. So like I tell any man at all, when you hear me say Rastafari, when most people say, they say Rastafari is Selassie. But I'm not talking about Selassie. No, man, I'm not talking about Selassie, man. I am talking about what the man them would call conscience. Yeah. Well, what I'm telling you, human being, I am a man who know that one personally. You know, like how you know your friend. I how you know the woman where you are asleep with your wife or whoever. Some you know that one day. On a personal level. If you know what I mean. Personal encounter. So then I know the one personally, then I know where the supreme power is. The power that has this power matter, don't joke power, you know. I don't deal with joke power. I'm a see, even God know that I'm a serious man. Because my disciple them I say we no skin up brethren. serious thing we deal with. So when me I tell you that this one that I know is a teacher of all boy who come out of woman. Who cares who the boy was? You say Solomon was the wise. I lie business about Solomon was the wisest man anyway. But if the boy was, it is a master who teach him. God, that's what I say. Any man at all who speak God's word, just say the boy there. If the boy speak any truth, man, trust me, man. It is the I who teach him, and I know the I personally, the I am himself. At the fire. I say what. That's why I'm saying. That's why any him say welcome to the firehouse. You think it's a joke? Firehouse is not a joke, man. Firehouse is where the spirit dwell. So anytime you hear me sit in front of my camera, I spit from the spirit, not from the mind. From way beyond your little mind, boy. That's what I'm saying, huh? Man, way beyond your little mind, over in the land of the spirit, secret dweller within thy own being. So when you hear me speaking, really, anyone who listening, you know what I'm speaking, don't you? The true self, the self that dwell within you. I'm just reflecting that. No boy can defeat I and I, no girl, ever. You ever hear of a man who could out-reason himself? No, man, it cannot be done. You cannot out-reason thyself. You see what I mean? And I am just spitting from the self. So that's what I'm saying. No boy at all who move or ever come out a woman can test a fire lion. All I can do is agree with what I'm saying. Those who disagree are disagreeing with the will of God. Boy, you live to regret that when you reach the other side. Any man at all that I run into in earth or be on earth and deliver to him, and he should object and argue. I tell him, boy, you don't know what you're doing with. You know? You ever hear them say, don't know who for frightened? Because you are going to live to regret. I don't argue with man when they disagree with me. I haven't got time to argue with no one. If anyone ever see me, brethren, I haven't got time to argue with you, to prove anything to you. I am simply giving you a message. If you say the message is bullshit and is, you think I'm going to argue as if I'm, I ain't going to lose nothing, am I? You must think I'm trying to sell something, and if you don't buy it, then I'm not going to get a sale. No, I don't care what you want to say or what you want to think. You can tell me to do 1 at any minute. I do not care, though. I am not here to sell humanity anything. I man is a truth speaker, like I tell you. Not no ordinary truth speaker either. The general of the one. We are the one who minister to the beings outside of Jah. Whether they want to be on earth or be on earth, like I tell them. Or whether they want to be angel or archangel, or even if they sit on the right hand side of God or the left hand side. Yeah. Minister of the one. But check it now. They're going to think, oh, you cannot be minister of the one. How you know that I can be minister of you? You think you can see who I am? That is because you do not understand the flex of the invisible. You have the visible and the invisible. So you are looking at my visible form. But trust me, I'm not a visible being, am I? So you don't know who the lion is. And yet you say, oh, you can't do that. You can. Yeah, I can though. I can. And I'm telling you, every word that I'm telling you is the truth. Nothing to do with any bragging or anything. Because that bragging ain't going to get me anything, is it? Nothing to do with brag. Just what is factual and truthful. And like I say, you don't have to believe my word because it's not my word. All you have to do is to get to know your own self. Yeah? By living honestly. Now that is my advice to you. When you go and live honestly, right, your own honesty will give you your own understanding of what I'm talking about. Then you, your own self, will know, yes, it's true. But only because you've lived to see yourself. If you don't live, how are you going to be able, like I said, to be able to understand the riddle of God when I give it to you. You won't be able to unwrap the present because you're not living good. Rasta. Only those who are striving to live good can understand the truth. Only them can know it. The others who are believers, they will know it when they stop believing the rubbish that they believe in. When they learn to let go, that has hold them. Religion hold them. When you learn to let go and have more trust in your own self, because why don't you just imagine that, like I tell you, the creative energy that creates you gives you your own intelligence. So it's up to you to operate it yourself, not me. How can I operate your intelligence when it's you who's got it? I can only operate mine. And I can only tell you that if you want to operate your intelligence properly, you must not fear anyone or anything. When I say you don't fear anyone, I don't want anyone to come and think, no, oh, hear him, don't fear me. So when him sky is a bad man, now when you see me, you want to fight. No, man, enough man can mash me up, man. Don't worry about that. I mean, fear in your mind of thinking for your own self. One must be fearless. Yeah? You must have the spirit of fearless. In your own ability to think for yourself. Have the confidence in your own being. Because you have the confidence, it is within you. So in other words, find it. Yeah? And you find it by shifting from negative behavior to positive. That's how you find your strength. And when you do, you can help in the fight to burn down Babylon. Which means burn down illusion and idiotic behavior and idiotic thinking, idiotic teachings, anything that is idiotic within the psyche of a being. We burn it out. Because that is what is unbalancing the order of life. Causing the negativity that you see all around you now, that every soul is wishing to change and get away from. This is the easiest way to do it. To realize that you are part of the system, yeah? And to withdraw from the system. Once you withdraw from it, it will lose the energy that you've been giving it. You see what I mean? Don't give the shit steam your energy. Why would you go and plug into, I say, the devil, when you can go and plug into positivity and draw positive energy? And if you never know that you was tuning into the devil, well, this Christmas I'm giving you the present and say, no, you've been tuning in not to thyself but to the devil. It is time to withdraw from tuning into the devil and tune into thyself. Don't be tuning into Jesus and running down to Jerusalem now. You're looking for Jesus' birthplace, and all that is what keep your mind in total madness and idiotic business. You know what I mean? And unable to face the truth. Those people fear truth. And if you should tell it to them, what are they going to say? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Jesus. Because they adore Jesus so much that the living man that is speaking to them, they have no time for him. Because their minds are filled in it with the glory of God's Son. You don't think God is in the man that is talking to you, do you? Do you? Nice one, Marius. Have a drink. You know the live man that is talking to you, don't imagine that God is in this man, innit? If you what happened about Jesus being the Son of God, God is in every man. So when a live man come to you telling you about God, you don't want to know. You want to know about Jesus and John the Baptist and Peter and Paul, some man that did long time ago, innit? Some man that probably never know God anyway. Those are who you want to talk about. But any man now talking to you, telling you about God now, oh no, that means I could not be as great as the superstar that you had previously in whatever age they come in. They must have know something that I don't know. But I'm telling you, I know what they never know. Because they are not the one up in the 9th level in it. That's reserved for bad ass soldiers, I say. The one that can deal, one soldier that can deal with God himself directly, one who don't fear either God or the devil. That's what the 9th grade general is. We don't fear, because fearless is a man fear nothing, God or devil. And that's what you've got to be if you want to know what is right and correct. Why would you? God never created a fearsome universe, so why would you want to fear it? See what I mean? It's not going to kill you. You can do what you want. So when your mind is like that, you can learn what you need to learn about the one, because the one is the teacher, isn't it? That's the one I'm teaching about, you know, the one who is the teacher. So if you was following, as an example, the ways of the one, you would have heaven and earth. You know this heaven that you dream about? What how glorious it is. Well, look how glorious earth is. Look at all the trees and the birds and the different animals and the beautiful rivers and streams and the seas and them. What more heaven you want than that? And we could live here happily and sharing in all this glory and make the earth look more glorious. You know, like how you like to dress yourself up and look decent. We could dress the earth up as well and let the earth look beautiful as well, you know. Put in some nice trees and, you know, clean up the rivers and the stream and everything and make the earth breathe some nice fresh air as well. Everyone happy, we happy, earth happy, animal happy. You see what I mean? Heaven and earth. What more heaven you want than that? But no, you come here and destroy. You would rather come here and destroy. You're not satisfied with this. You want to go to heaven. You see what I mean? The only reason why I say heaven is not here is only because you're dirty mind. And it ain't going to change until you clean up the mind. And the mind ain't going to get clean up if you continue to follow the system that you're following. Planetary wise, I'm on about, you know. I'm not talking to a country. I don't deal with small matters. I deal with big matters, galactical. That's why I say I counsel to beings and earth are throughout the universe. Any dimension I catch them. I am the fire general of the terrible and dreadful overlord himself, the eye general, I say, you know. This job on earth, I say, is like a blood clot temporary job, you know. We do this one, we move on to anywhere a being is messing against the law within the galactic order of the endless universe. That is the job that we do. But I'm saying here, to tidy up this little planet, all you have to do is to withdraw your energy from the negative that you've been feeding it into. You know what I mean? Negative ways, hating one another, greed, spite, jealousy, a failure to understand the oneness of life. This is only a tiny planet, Earth, one Earth. On the Earth you have one race of people living, human beings. They appear in different forms, but they are one. Within these human beings is the one eternal spirit from dawning of creation. You call it conscience, I call it Rastafari, the terrible and dreadful God that dwell within. I general himself. Beyond any boy, beyond anyone, beyond fireline, everything. That is a terrible and dreadful and manifested one. I know that one myself personally. I've been seeing that one. You see what I mean? That's why you can go and make up what you want. But because I have seen that one now, I am a deadly killer. I say kill blood clot angel anybody. You see me? Because we're dealing with the real fire. So you think I'm joking when we say we're coming from firehouse? Nah, man. There is no wise man. You know, that's what I say, wise boy, you finish. We don't deal with wiseness and those things in firehouse. You see me? We deal with the living one that dwell within you. You see what I mean? Coming from, like I tell you, the valley of deep Congo. I is a gorilla. You see what I mean? From the jungle. You say I'm a jungle bunny. Yeah, I say Rasta is a jungle bunny, man, you know? Jungle bunny. But from out of the jungle now, I only come out of the jungle when things get serious in it. I know. Christmas time, man. Jolly good present to bring from out of the jungle at Christmas time. So like I'm saying, because it's Christmas then, you find the jungle man come out with these presents for his brothers, you know, telling them that, listen, brethren, you know what's good for you, what's very, very good for you, He said you should stop doing wickedness against your fellow human beings and hating them and these things, because that is against the law. And anyone who break the law, the one have to pay for that, sooner or later. And you know that is the Governor General of this dimension, and sooner or later he's going to get you. And whenever he gets you, then you'll be going to get your reward. So it would be best if you live peaceful with the elements while you're here. Least you live to regret such a thing. And you live forever, and forever is a very long time. You know what I mean? Why would one want to live for a very long time in some form of punishment for the wrongs that they do here? A little wrongs that only last 60 years, 70, 80, 90, no matter where you live, But what is that compared to eternity? That you should suffer so long. You know what I mean? While you're living, you can make a choice, Even if you kill half a dozen man, I don't know how much man you kill or who you lie and whatever you do. Whatever the crimes that you do anyway. Because we all commit crimes. But what I'm saying, changes can be made before death come upon us, Oh yeah, no problem. You can always make a change before death comes for you. And it will make so much difference to your life when you arrive on the other side. You know what I mean? But don't think that any change is going to be made in your life unless you yourself make some effort. No seed grow unless you go and put it into the ground or the birds. You know what I mean? But if you want to grow your own, don't rely on the birds to do it for you. They might not fly and drop in you. You go and plant your own, cultivate your own and grow your thing. You see what I mean? And in that way you can receive what is yours. But if you don't want to sow the seed, and the seed has been given to you, the seed has been given to all, There'll be no excuse that, I never know. How could you not know when the terrible and dreadful God is living within all? You mean you never listen and you never wanted to listen? But don't make it no excuse about, you never know. How can you not know when we all know? Are you stupid? Unless you think God is a fool, like I tell you. Every human being know, they just choose to act ignorantly because they're too goddamn selfish, you're too dirty. Like I say, your souls, most of you human beings, your souls are dirty. You need to go and have a fresh man. And don't take it so insulting when I say your soul is dirty, I mean, with bad action. Even the other night when we was out, some swearing go on and, we reason and swearing, and some men objected because some women was outside. They must think that swearing is raping, in it. There's people in this world, right, raping one another, killing one another, doing all kind of wickedness, and here was some man, maybe the man fancy the woman them or something, trying to protect the ears of some women from two bomber blood clot or ras clot. How stupid and ignorant can you get? But that's how human beings are within this time. That, the least little thing, like I say, a swear word concern them. But it doesn't concern them when people are molesting kids or they themselves are running around telling lies and hating one another. But as soon as them hear a little blood clot, they are getting hot out of the collar, I would say. But don't worry about swearing, man. Swearing is nothing. I man swear sometime, well, not sometime, a lot of the time. I am a swearer. Just so that the word can be delivered more blood clot serious. And then a man know that, hey, I'm not joking about bomb clot, you see me? So that's why I like to inject some fucking swearing in the reasoning sometime, knowing that it's going to upset idiots. Yeah, because you take, like I say, you take offense at the truth anyway. Never mind if I put two bomber blood clot in it. Make you feel worse, But you shouldn't be worried about that. That's not what should be offending you in this world, that someone curse. But the action of men and what they are doing. Because the swear word ain't going to kill anybody. It ain't going to rob somebody. It ain't going to hold a woman down and rape her. It ain't going to molest any little child. But you have grown up adults doing that. And they're not swearing either. They're probably acting nice and polite in the community. The pussyclad hypocrites them. And you glorify them. But when you come out, like I say, out the other night, and some little blood clot man want to come because explaining that to lady. In the end, brethren, I just walk and go away. Like there was a man ready to come and lecture me now. Brethren, you don't lecture no one about cussing bad. Idiot business. Know yourself. Anyway, I have been lecturing on for a long time now, and on that final note, I'm going to reel out and fire out from Firehouse on Christmas Day tomorrow. Yeah, we'll bring you some more present on the Christmas Day. You know? Don't drink too much and eat too much because you will be confused when you hear the message of truth. Those who consume too much. Anyway, I and I going to fire out from Firehouse and go and burn a big head spliff in the afternoon. Rastafari, live it and reign it. Fire out, said.